Hi, my name is Will Conley-Dwyer, and I'm thrilled to speak with you today. Today, we're going to be talking about the University of Chicago's application essay. This is one of my favorite essays for students to work on because it allows them to truly showcase their unique qualities, their personality, their sense of humor, their sense of playfulness, and there's also no right or wrong answers. So that's something that's going to be new for many students. What's the purpose of this essay? The purpose is to set yourself apart, to demonstrate the contextual knowledge, whether it be academic or cultural, that's necessary to understanding the questions, to demonstrate your expertise in an academic area, as well as to show off your ability to engage with hypothetical content, to be creative, to synthesize concepts from one academic field to another, and also to show off your inductive and deductive reasoning abilities. The first step towards successfully writing this essay is to truly know yourself. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What types of things do you love? What academic or intellectual project would you pursue for fun, even if it was an assignment, even if there was no grade? So you need to think about this because this essay is a labor of love that requires you to lose yourself in writing it. That means, sit down and write and you think 10 minutes have passed, but really several hours have passed. You have to be able to truly focus on it. And in order to truly focus, it's very important that you choose something that you really, really like. Okay, so let's get into the prompts. Prompt 1. What if the moon were made of cheese or Neptune made of soap? Pick a celestial object, reimagine its material composition, and explore the implications. Feel free to explore the realms of physics, philosophy, fantasy. The sky is the limit. At the end, that's a little joke. And you'll notice that they include little jokes at the end of most of the prompts. And I think that is because they want to remind you that this should be playful and fun. There's no right or wrong answers. This is just an opportunity for you to showcase your personality and the things that you are passionate about. So if we look at the first part of the prompt, what if the moon were made of cheese? It's kind of ridiculous, right? So it's a nonsensical question which allows you to engage your creative side. They also tell you that you can use any of several disciplines. You could look at this through the realms of physics or chemistry. What would the gravitational pull be? The gravitational pull of the moon be if it were made of cheddar cheese or mozzarella or something like that? How would its chemical composition differ? You could also think about this from a philosophical standpoint and engage with some of the Enlightenment thinkers or something along those lines. And it even says fantasy. So you could write a poem or write a short story as if this were a dream. Truly, in order to successfully answer this prompt, you will need to have first looked at the things that make you feel most alive and choose that item and apply it here. Now on to option 2. Option 2 asks, what's so easy about pie? Now, this is kind of a funny question, and it requires a certain amount of cultural knowledge because we have the saying, easy as pie. And what this means is it's something that's very simple. Now, of course, we know that baking is actually incredibly complex, and we could use chemistry to talk about the fact that maybe pie isn't so easy and it goes through transformation as it's heated. Or we could think about this in terms of, well, anything could be easy if we have clear enough directions, because in order to Bake a pie, you have to look at the recipe and you have to follow the directions. If I told you to bake a pie, but I didn't give you any of the ingredients and I didn't tell you how you should do it, it would be very, very difficult. But in giving you the recipe and giving you the step-by-step directions, you're able to do it. So that could be another option that you would take. Or you could be like the University of Chicago and you could use a pun and talk about pi in geometry. So let's go on to option 3. Option 3, at least from my perspective, might be the most difficult. Option 3 asks, in Homer's Iliad, Helen had a face that launched 1,000 ships. A millihelen, then, measures the beauty needed to launch 1 ship. The Sagan unit is used to denote any large quantity in place of billions and billions. A New York minute measures the period of time between a traffic light turning green and the cab behind you honking. I actually didn't know that. Invent a new unit of measurement. How is it derived? How is it used? What are its equivalents? So again, as I will say for each essay option, the key to this is understanding your own strengths. Are your strengths in creativity, in coming up with make-believe worlds and things like that? Or are you more science-focused? If you're science-focused, think about the units of measurement that you currently have and think about ones that you wish existed. We'll now move on to option 4. I truly enjoy option 4. Option 4 is, there is no such thing as a new idea. This is a quote from Mark Twain. Are any pieces of art, literature, philosophy, or technology truly original, or just a different combination of old ideas? Pick something, anything, besides yourself, and explain why it is or is not original. Now, I think that this answer is easier for many of us to access, so I don't need to say too much about it. But I think that a combination of old ideas can clearly make a new idea, and I'd love to hear your ideas on that as well. Okay, on to option number 5. It's said that history repeats itself, but what about other disciplines? Choose another field, chemistry, philosophy, and explain how it repeats itself. Explain how it repeats itself. Do you see? There's another a little joke at the end. They want to remind you to have fun with this. I think that this one, again, is a chance to dive into whatever field you're most passionate about. It's also one where we can think about patterns in the fields that we are most passionate about. For example, I love literature, and there is a wonderful quote that says, there are only 2 types of stories. 1, a person goes on a journey, and 2, a new person comes to town. So if we think about every novel or every movie we've ever seen, it's only one of these 2 stories. Either the protagonist goes on a journey and grows as a result of that, or a new person comes to town and that causes something new to happen. So that's how I would answer it in literature. Of course, we could use music or any other academic field, but it's up to you to truly understand what you're most passionate about before you choose to answer it. Okay, we'll go on to option 6. In the spirit of adventurous inquiry and with the encouragement of one of our past students, choose one of our past prompts or create a question of your own. Be original, creative, thought-provoking. Draw on your best qualities as a writer, thinker, visionary, social critic, sage, citizen of the world, or future citizen of the University of Chicago. Take a little risk and have fun. So one of the things that's so noteworthy about this prompt is, 1, you can look back through past years and see if there's another prompt that really grabs you. Also, they're telling you exactly what they want out of you. They want you to be original, they want you to be creative, And they want you to be thought-provoking. Make me think. They also want to see that you are a visionary, that you can see beyond this moment in time, looking into the future, possibly looking into the past. They want someone who's a social critic, who doesn't just accept things the way they are. They want a sage, which is a wise person. They want a citizen of the world. That's someone who sees themselves within a global context as one part of a much bigger, intricate, and interconnected whole. They also want you to take a little risk and to have fun. And these are very important because choosing the prompt that is fun for you will probably also be the prompt that you are best at. Okay, to summarize, you need to honestly evaluate your strengths. Think about what you bring to the table as a future student at the University of Chicago. You need to choose the prompt that feels fun for you. I said fun because for some people writing isn't fun, but I love it. And then you need to realize that there's no right answer. The best answer is the answer that most accurately portrays who you are as a person and as a student. So, thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to speaking with you again. Bye.